Hello everyone, just a slight disclaimer as always before watching this video. This video is based off the events of the first 3 episodes within the Murder series, concept art, and a handful of tweets. So the majority of this is just pure speculation, so take this video with a grain of salt. Also, if you want to see more content like this, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. It appears as though my cry for new lore has been answered, because when I came back from a cruise, this is what I found. This is a teaser for episode 4. This is admittedly quicker than I expected, as Murder episodes were supposed to roll out every 2 to 3 months? I wasn't expecting episode 4 to be done in a month and a half. Like in true Cody Fox fashion, this video is going to be made a week before the episode airs, and oh boy, I wasn't expecting to see the series turn in this direction. Whew. In the beginning, we see settings to play a tape, sort of like in a VHS tape. The theme of this teaser feels a lot like analog horror, especially since you can spot flashes of text within the first 3 seconds of the video. Each line of text reads as follows: "Hungry, we want more. Mother makes fuel from the bones," and "gets stuck upon." In the teaser, we see a worker drone running away from something or some things in the woods. We can assume this is Copper 9 as it's snowing heavily and said worker drone is Brandon. He was first introduced in episode 2 when Uzi hijacked him and his head caught on fire. He has made a few appearances in episode 3, and we know he is confirmed to be in this episode because of this tweet made by Glitch. Unfortunately, it appears as though fate has decided that Brandon has lived long enough and it's time to meet death. I was still very confused about what episode 4 was going to be about, as none of these scenes remotely matched anything we've seen within the season 1 trailer. So I went where all information is stored: Twitter. Yep, I just hate what came out of my mouth. There are 4 screenshots on Glitch's Twitter page, so let's go through them one by one. First is this letter about Camp 98.7 saying, "You'll have a killer time." If you look closely in the background, you can spot some very familiar faces, including a mono camera eye, what I think is a murder drone, and another figure who I want to say is Eldritch J, but that's illogical. The second image shows 3 familiar faces and 2 new characters. From left to right, we can see Brayden, unnamed, Rebecca, Thad, and unnamed. The reason why I say unnamed is that both of these characters have no name and only have minor background appearances. And before everyone says, "This is Uzi," you are incredibly mistaken, as the clothes, hair, not to mention the expression, doesn't match. Oh, and they're roasting frickin' batteries. The third image shows a very ominous looking cabin. It appears as though there is a camera at the top, with what appears to be a straw roof, and the majority of the exterior appears to be covered in webs. Not to mention, the red light gives me some very creepy vibes. The fourth image shows Uzi in the water, with the reflection showing the absolute solver symbol. I know somebody commented that this is giving them Friday the 13th vibes, and I honestly have to agree. Something else someone noticed is that this appears to be a bit of a hologram. I just want to start with the idea that all these characters from left to right are the order in which they die. We already know that Brayden dies because of the teaser, and we can also see that the girl on the right is reading a book called Final Girl. This could be hinting that this is the final character to survive or die. I also want to make mention of this, but Rebecca looks close to Thad. As though, well, you get the idea. I haven't seen Friday the 13th, but I believe that a couple makes out and dies in the movie, or the slasher barges in just as they're sharing a tender moment. Someone tell me in the comments if my assumption is right. My second prediction is that this is where all the black holes go. If you don't recall from the second episode, we see the Eldritch Heart and one of the camera mono eyes collapse upon itself and turn into a black hole. We aren't sucking anything in, but they sure were going somewhere. If you look at the thumbnail for Cabin Fever, we see an outpost or spaceship-like structure. All black holes travel here to be rebuilt or respawned. This could explain why a mono eye is present within this letter. and why this looks strangely like Eldritch J. And on the subject of that, my third prediction is that Eldritch J will return in this episode. I know this honestly sounds unbelievable, and trust me, I don't trust my judgment on this theory. However, the Eldritch is supposed to repair a damaged beyond repair murder drone, and its program wasn't complete. It's highly possible that Eldritch J might not be aware of J's presence and would continue its program to collect material. Another reason why I say Eldritch J might return is because of this flash of text that says, "Get snuck upon." Now, where have I heard that before?
Sneaky away. Get snuck upon.
I completely doubt this theory, and so probably do you, so we just have to wait until the episode drops to see and find out. My fourth prediction is that multiple entities are roaming around. As we can see in the teaser, it appears as though multiple things are stalking Brayden. One thing leaps behind Brayden, one flies to the other side, and one outright lands on him. But what are these entities? Well, they might have been things that landed with Tessa, or the other things that have been on Copper 9. They also might be the voices of these lines of text. We've already eliminated the last one, but the first two might be these things that box in Brayden, not kill him. The final creature, however, has to line up with this voice, "Mother makes fuel from the bones." I don't know if you can exactly call these bones, but whatever this is, isn't a worker drone, but also not a murder drone. If you look at this screenshot, it lacks the iconic murder drone headlights and also lacks the cone-shaped arms. So what is it, then? A human? As much as this body shape reminds me of Tessa, let's listen to this clip. In this clip, we hear a nasty crunch. No slice, no dice. And why in the world would a human eat a robot unless it's not a human? If you were to look at the thumbnail, you can see the shape of what this entity might look like. And if this doesn't look familiar, then you are not a true Liam Vickers fan. If you know what this is, type #TrilogyFan here. It is highly discouraged to type this after I reveal what the said entity is. And the entity has to be inspired by the Internection Cube series. When you look at its design, it closely resembles Icon in her base form, with its long hair looking like sharp daggers, its pose, not to mention its small hands compared to the rest of the body. Here's an image comparison, and I think I'm hitting it close to home with what this might be. And if it's anything like Icon and her abilities, then these group of friends are in for a real treat. Starting off, this letter feels like an invitation to a trap. I feel like this is a system which a horde of monsters built specifically for killing sends a letter to unsuspecting victims in hopes for them to come into the woods, an area concealed from society, with no help or assistance from the inside world. Here, they are plucked off one by one by incredibly hungry creatures. I also just wanted to mention, but somebody please tell me I'm not the only one who's seeing a mouth and a face right here. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Not to mention, please check out some of my other theory videos and my recently published OC Explained video, because I worked really freaking hard on that thing, and I really want you guys to see it. Thank you!